What's going on, YouTube fam? This your boy Tony Two Times, and we back with another episode of Hood Tales, man. Before I start, be sure to tap that like button. Definitely watch this video to the end to hear the full story and all the details in the case. For all the day one fam, welcome back. Y'all already know it's all love. Thanks for tuning back into another episode. If you're new to the channel and you feeling the content, feel free to subscribe. Definitely hit that notification bell so you can be notified every time we drop a new video. Let's get right into the story. Being a teenager comes with many growing pains. From school, home life, to the friends you choose to hang with. Those years between 12 years old to 17 really can shape a young man or woman into what they will become as an adult. You have teens that might go through a phase of peer pressure or being fascinated by the streets. They have a few hiccups but keep going in life to do great things, since they see both sides of the fence, from the trenches to going legit. But for others, the streets are their downfall, getting so caught up with the lifestyle, possibility of easy money, and making a name for themselves. By the time you look up or think about what you're doing, it's too late. Now you are in too deep, and mistakes can have a long-lasting effect. This is a new era. With social media, it's nothing for kids to DM each other, set up plays, talk about doing hits, even sharing game knowledge on the internet. It's definitely a dangerous time when at a touch of a finger, you can set up a deal, bait somebody in, and do something crazy that might destroy your life or someone else's. And on this episode of Hood Tales, we will be taking it to Indiana to discuss a case of 3 teens planning for an easy play that turned fatal. Back in 2019, 27-year-old Adriana Cercado had been through a lot, losing both parents. Her mother passed away when she was a senior in high school, but Adriana would still push through to graduate. Just 1 year later, her father also passed away. The tragedies made the young lady and her siblings a lot closer. She became a symbol of strength in the family, becoming a medical assistant, looking out for her nieces and nephews, and staying close to her peoples. Adriana and one of her sisters had a place together in Portage, Indiana, right outside of Gary. Things seemed to be going good and in the right direction for the young lady. In November 2019, while scrolling through social media, she saw someone selling an iPhone. She was interested and sent a message to a young man, at the time, 15-year-old Roger Siles. It quickly turned into a discussion about buying some grass though, instead of a phone. Adriana didn't know at the time she was setting up her own hit. Roger, along with 16-year-old Sean Thompson and 17-year-old Jonathan Brown, talked about the situation and the fact the young lady wanted to buy a few grams of grass. Allegedly, Roger came up with the idea to just take her money. As Jonathan had a blick, all 3 teens felt as though it would be an easy move. Act like they was going to make a sale, up the gun, take the bread, and that would be that. So on November 19th, 2019, they reached back out to Adriana, asking for an address to pick her up from to make the transaction. She sent the location to the house in which her sister, and her boyfriend were all hanging out at. The 3 young men hopped in the whip with Roger driving, headed to an apartment on Catherine Court. Once they pulled up, Adriana told her boyfriend and sister she would be right back. The young lady only took $100 and her phone, left everything else, and proceeded to get in the car with the 3 teens. This was around about 4:30 p.m. They told her they needed gas and they were headed to get the product after that. She gave them $20 out of the money she had. They then stopped at a local gas station. Jonathan was sitting in the front passenger seat. Sean was sitting in the back with Adriana. The young lady sent her boyfriend a message on Facebook stating they just got gas and everything was good. The 4 then drove to a parking lot at 2059 Chrisman Road. Shortly after, shots went off in the back seat, hitting Adriana. The 3 then drove the young lady to Gary, Indiana, to an abandoned school called Horace S. Norton, taking the rest of the $100 and leaving Adriana at the location. They then headed to McDonald's and Pizza Hut to eat. Later that night, back at the apartment, the young lady's boyfriend noticed he missed a FaceTime call from the young lady. After not returning home that night or to work for the following 2 days, family went to local police to file a missing persons report. As an investigation started, Adriana's people told detectives about the plan to buy some grass. Searching through her social media, they found messages and the name of a 15-year-old young man, Roderick. Authorities quickly headed to his school to talk to the young man. As his parents arrived, he allegedly told them the car was a 2001 Pontiac Grand Am that they stole a month earlier. They picked up Adriana. It was supposed to be a simple robbery, but Sean shot. Then they drove to the abandoned elementary school and left the young lady there. Police asked him to go with them to the location, in which Roderick did what he was told with a parent. Unfortunately, 27-year-old Adriana was found gone from gunshots. The young man was charged with the hit, robbery, and other charges. He also stated they split the $80 and went to eat. He told police it wasn't never any grass at all, and he was confused once he heard the shot. Roger was taken into custody as a juvenile. Days later, Jonathan was picked up. Sean allegedly was already in custody before being a suspect in the hit for fleeing a traffic stop in the stolen Grand Am and tossing a blick later to be found as the murder weapon. All three faced hit charges, robbery, and other charges. Being 17 at the time, Jonathan's picture was the only one released to the public until months later. All three will be charged as adults. Adriana's family held a vigil for the young lady, stating how much she meant to the family. As the case made it to trial, Roderick was painted to be the mastermind, Jonathan being the oldest, the leader who bought the gun, and Sean the shooter. Sean was found guilty and sentenced to 50 years in prison. The other young men said they were supposed to up the pole and scare her, easy play, but he went against the plan and shot. Jonathan would have his day in court as well, where he pleaded guilty to the lesser charge of robbery resulting in seriously bodily harm and was sentenced to 24 years with 6 suspended to serve on probation. Roderick, the youngest, will also plead guilty to the lesser charge, and even though being painted as the mastermind, he will receive 29 years with 8 suspended to be served on probation. Adriana's family spoke out in court on how she was set up and dumped like trash for $100. And the coldest part of it all is when the young man went out to eat after the fact. Rest in peace to Adriana. I send my deepest prayers and condolences to her family. Social media can be a gift or a curse, depending on how you use it. Watch who you decide to engage with or link with, because you never know what the next person is on. I know it's a new day and time, and people feel like they can get to know a person through messages, but you can't. Adriana had a serious lapse of judgment, hopping in the car with 3 men she didn't know. If it was just a simple transaction, her and her boyfriend could have met them out front, grabbed what they needed, and went straight back in the house. No need for her to leave. More of this story, what seems petty and like chump change to you, it can be a come up for somebody else. Don't be so loose with your information. Shorty and them get a second chance at life, but this young lady is gone forever, over $100. So remember, we gotta succeed, not to fail, so we won't be just another hood tale. Man, rest in peace to Adriana. Y'all heard the story, crazy situation. I don't understand exactly why she chose to leave her home and go with them. Allegedly, she just wanted to get the product. I guess they told her that they had to go pick it up. She even gave them money to get gas, told her boyfriend everything was good in the message. If I was him, I would have instantly been like, nah, you not going with them. Like, I don't know what y'all got going on, but this ain't that. But you know, everybody move different. Everybody got the way they do things, man. But I ain't gonna talk y'all head off. Leave it in the comments. Definitely be respectful. Let me know what y'all think about this one. I appreciate you if you made it to the end. This your boy Tony 2 times. This is another episode of Hood Tales. Love, fam. I'm out.